From left to right, defensive lineman Aiulua Fanene, wide receiver Trey Griffey, and linebacker Michael Barton. Go ahead and open it for questions.
Trey, what's it kind of been like seeing, all your quarterbacks get injured and all your running backs get injured? I mean, how difficult has that been to kind of deal with that?
I mean, as a team, it hurts as far as whenever a player goes down. But, coaches always talk about, next person who's up, they got to be prepared at any moment. And I think we've done a really good job of doing that.
Richard talked about how he thought Tate was more composed even in the game that he's been in practice. What was kind of your feeling from him in the huddle and just how he performed?
Khalil did great. Just being a freshman, going to your first game and happened to be at the situation that he went in. I think his composure was great, just the way that he handled it. He showed a lot as far as for the future of when he plays.
Trey, I believe the last 2 games you've drawn DBs into 4 pass interferences. How have you been able to do that? That was something that Caleb had a knack for doing when he was here.
Just running. That's the biggest thing. You ask Coach Dewes, just run and just let it happen. If happens to get a pass interference, you get a pass interference. But always focus on as far as going to catch the ball at any moment. That's a big thing that he's talked with us since day one. Just run and things will happen naturally. That's obviously the last couple of weeks got a couple pass interferences.
Trey, I know you're close with Anu. How have you seen him handle what he's been going through lately with this freak injury?
He's handled it great. As far as just he's helped out as far as the quarterbacks. That's a big thing. But also just the way that he's attacked as far as his rehab and everything that he's done as far as just everything over the last couple of weeks that he's been out. He's done everything that he can do physically and mentally as far as to help out the team. It's helped out a lot.
Michael, how'd you feel like the defense performed against UCLA? I know Coach said he liked how it went in the first half, and the second half maybe not as great.
Yeah, I think the first half was great, and I think one trend that we need to get corrected immediately is probably coming out in halftime and giving up a touchdown. I think with that, the past few weeks we've done that for the last 3 games, and definitely changed the momentum of the game. We came in with momentum, I thought, going into third quarter, and giving up that touchdown kind of loses that momentum. So when we come out in halftime, defense is on the field, we got to get off the field, and we can't let them score.
But UCLA, the last few weeks teams have been starting out with really good field position because of errors on special teams. How difficult is it going there and stop them when they're starting off at such a good spot?
It's definitely, when you have a shorter field behind you, it's definitely a little harder, but I feel like the great defenses and the better defenses find a way to overcome that adversity, and that's just part of that's just how the game goes. You can't control what really the special teams does, so when we're out there, we just have to make the most of our opportunities, and no matter where our field position's at, whether we're, on our own one or if we're on their one, we gotta be able to stop them, and that's just going to be the goal from here on out. So we can't worry too much about where we start. It's just how we finish.
Michael, you guys hadn't been able to get any 3 and outs, and then you get 4 in this game. What do you like about the game plan that allowed you guys maybe to have some more success in that area?
I think definitely part of our game plan was to disrupt the quarterback, and we got in his face early, and I think that kind of messed up the timing between him and his receivers, and especially on 3rd down, and our run defense on 1st and 2nd down improved a lot this week, and our front 7 took advantage of their front 7, and it got us in better position on 3rd down, and we were able to bring pressure and dial it up, and with us doing that, I think that helped us get more 3 and outs.
Fish, for you to be able to really make a couple of explosive plays defensively, just kind of talk about your growth and how you've come along here in this last year and a half.
Actually, I got to step up. One of our most good player, part size, is down, so I have to step up and be able to make plays and believe in the play calls from our coaches and do what we do in practice and go from there.
How do you feel like the defensive line has kind of progressed at this point in general?
We are stemming movements and the blitzing that we're doing a lot is really helping us to be able to confuse the blocking schemes and be able to help us penetrate and get through the face of the quarterback and get backfield and get penetrations. So.
Are there some different things, Aiulua, that maybe this year we've seen a lot of different guys be able to make plays? I mean, you made a couple in this game. Obviously, Sonny throughout the season, Belknap and Barton have all made plays. Is there something different that you guys are doing down front that's allowing different guys to make plays this year?
Yeah, it is from the play calls and you have to execute through fast and getting through the gaps upfield, and the rotation too helps us a lot. And Coach Ben's be able to rotate us in to like be able to keep us fresh for another play and for another period. So.
Yeah, how does that work, the rotations? Do you know when you're going in, or does it kind of?
It depends on the coach, on Coach Vance. So I don't know how he does it, but it just depends on this call.
Trey, you've seen Khalil in practice, and there's been a lot of rave reviews about his deep ball and the way he can run. What do you like about what he brings to the quarterback position?
He just brings a lot. As far as the big thing was, no defense was prepared for him. UCLA wasn't prepared for him. As far as him coming in, he hasn't played any games, so all they could have went off was high school film, and I'm pretty sure they didn't watch the high school film on him. But just everything. I mean, he brought a lot to it. But I mean, I also think that UCLA also their defense was, as far as adjusting to it, was pretty good. So I mean, it was good play on their side and also by Khalil.
Michael, assuming you've gone against Khalil in practice, how would you describe his running ability, his strength in that area?
We can't really talk about practice, so I didn't realize how physical he was when he ran. I saw a few plays where he literally just trucked the defender and kept going, then he lose a step. So I mean, I knew Khalil was going to be a good player when I got here, just the way he practices and carries himself, and he's only 17, he's still a baby. So he's going to mature a lot more, and I know his future's going to be really bright here. So I'm definitely excited to follow his career.
Michael, with all the injuries and all the young guys that are cycling through on defense, how much time do you have to spend making sure that guys are in the right positions?
I mean, defense, luckily we haven't had too many injuries to where we have a whole bunch of young guys thrown in there. I know offense is a little different as far as the running back position and the quarterback, what they've had to go through, but the good thing about these younger guys, it's a mature group of younger guys, and I think they understand kind of the circumstances and how they have to be ready. So when young guys have had their name called up on defense, for example, Tristan Cooper, he answered the bell right away, and he was ready to go. And so there's not too much coaching or extra that has to go with these guys. I think they understand the extra work they have to put in order to be ready physically and mentally. And I think the defense as a whole understands how much harder we have to work due to kind of, the position where we're at, where as far as depth or injuries and how guys need to be ready. And so many guys are rotating in and out. And I think guys understand that and are, doing their part, just making sure they're ready. So I trust these guys.
Any more questions for the guys?
Yeah, just as far as Utah, you guys have played consistently pretty well against them. Why do you think that is? Why do you guys elevate your playing level against that team?
I don't know, I just got here.
I don't know. I think it's just the demeanor and the way that we attack the game plan as far as for that week. It's been pretty successful the last couple of years. So I mean, the coaches know what we need to do, and I mean, we trust in them, and we just do what they tell us to do.
Yeah, I guess with that being said, it doesn't just because we've had past prior success against Utah. It's good. It's a completely different team every year. We're a completely different team, so we can't bank on we beat them the past 3 or 4 years or whatever. So it's just going to be another win. It's going to be a really tough battle, and we're playing in a really hostile environment. What's the name of the stadium? Eccles, right? Rice Eccles. It gets loud in there. We had College Game Day out there last year, and it got really loud. So it's going to be a big test for us, and it's definitely going to be a game that we have to bring our hard hat. We have to be a more physical team in order to win.
I know for you guys it doesn't really matter since you've played lots and lots of road games, but for the younger guys this year, last week was your first like true road game. How much did that help them get prepared for this week and another true road game?
I think that as far as their first sighting of really being an away game was, I mean, when we went up to Phoenix. They got to see as far as just BYU travel was great, so did we. But just a different, I guess, atmosphere in a way that they felt during that game. But I think they performed very well as far as that away games, especially during practice, because we make sure that it feels like if it's an away game, as far as with the music and just the stands and just everything that we do as far as preparing for those games.
Anything else for these guys? Okay, thanks everyone.